So it's a very spontaneous company. That's why we have the chance to have a short meeting here. So maybe give a little bit of background who you are and what you do at Microsoft, so that someone has heard.
Knows who you're talking to. Okay, no, my pleasure. Well, my name is Markus Köhler. I'm with Microsoft now more than 11 years already, and I'm the HR director for Microsoft here in Germany. So I'm responsible with my team for the entire people talent agenda.
I experience that Microsoft itself is standing in the middle of the change, and I don't see you guys as saying we know the solution, but we're also on the way. So I also receive attachments from people from your organization. I won't call their names, but how long will it take that they don't send me attachments?
But if you have the latest Office version, actually it reminds you, do you really want to send it as an attachment, or why don't you put it on a share, right? So I think that's super important that you get kind of this reminder, and that it becomes a natural habit, let's say, that you're not doing it.
If I'm your employee, I can work wherever I want. My people can do that too, but you're a far larger organization.
Everyone. So you're right.
So
up from our CEO, our GM, Sabine Bendig, to every employee. So they're all free open seats, they're open space.
How in terms of new work, like how do you teach people then to know when to be online, when to be offline, like also when to take time off? I mean, this is nothing natural to people.
I think it's a lot about communication. You need to be, as a manager, you need to be in contact with your people, and vice versa. So that you don't misuse that, right? But I think what we're trying to do here is to give the maximum of flexibility to all our employees. If you ask me how many use it at the end of the day, probably not everyone, let's say it this way, right? But whenever it's needed, you can use it, and I think that's the opportunity. That differentiates us as well. That's what our people are appreciating a lot. And I'm sure Microsoft at some point, for many people, is an extreme. You don't see a telephone on the desk anymore. You don't, or everybody has can choose where to sit. What I try to encourage people is to think, what is my first step in my company, in my team, to go this direction? Because
you don't need to do it first day.
No, because we didn't do it as well, right? So it's an evolution. But what can be the first little step for your own team to go this direction? Because there's a need. People want to decide more as well when they work, from where they work, etc., etc.
I mean, I thought the cloud is working with nothing, and now this is what you look like. Einer von uns? Ach so. Ah, vielen Dank. Schönen Abend Ihnen.
Vielen Dank, ja.
Danke. Ciao. Ein schöner Wagen übrigens, habe ich gar nicht gesagt. Ciao. Und jetzt wurde das gerade